Welcome everybody. I'm working on the BMW today, and a while back, almost a little over a year ago actually, I had a alternator failure, and it failed in such a way that it caused an over voltage situation, and the intelligent battery sensor, IBS, nobly sacrificed itself to protect other components, as it seems, and so it basically stops communicating with the system. So I got a new one, and that's this thing. And what it does is it sits right over the negative battery terminal, and it plugs in a couple places. This is where it connects to the serial bus, and this is power, and that connects to the breakout connector box here that has power in a few different places. So what I've done is so far just is raise this up, and you can kind of latch it into place, this little handy thing. And the main problem is that is preventing this from being super simple is this little ground plug, and it's behind right here, this panel. So what I think I have to do is get the trim out of the way so I can remove this carpet panel. And there's a few little tacks on here on the inside, like right there, that I have to get out. But first, you have to take off this back piece. And so you unhook this little ridge from underneath the weather stripping, and you undo these two little screws, and they're covered by these little guys. They go in here like this. And then you've got 4 of these little guys that attach in on the back, like right here. And there's another one right there, and then right there, and one right there. So just have to work these out, and this is what they look like. So basically, get you a little screwdriver and pop it under the middle portion, and then this whole thing will kind of come out once it's released. Alright, once you lift the back thing out, this back plate that goes over the latch mechanism and all that, then you can pop out a little tack that's right there, and it's the same sort of deal, it's just black, and that allows you to pull this back to reveal down in there the bolt for that ground. So what I did was I cleared the codes, and I'm going to be disconnecting the negative battery first and then pulling all this stuff out. And since it was generating a code already, I just disconnected this. It basically has no function as far as starting the car or anything like that. It doesn't cause any problems to have this disconnected. So since this part where the power is connected, this is the one with the blue dot, since that's obstructed by this little brace, I just took those out. It's 10mm bolts up there and at the bottom here, and then this little nut, which goes on the ground here to the chassis, is actually a 13. So I use this little ratcheting wrench to get at that, but you could use a socket because you can just kind of pull this back as far as you need. Alright, so here's the new one. It's not hooked up yet. I did the exact reverse to install it of the uninstallation. Do that one first, because that's the ground strap, and then you can plug in the wires, and then you can reconnect it to the negative battery. And there you go. Okay, before we put everything completely back together, let's just start up the car and see if there's any codes immediately. Alright, putting it back together. This thing, when it goes back in, you want it to kind of go under this first and then rotate it down. That way it'll be all nice and under the weather stripping here. So just kind of tuck it up under, kind of push on these edges, and then roll it down, and it'll set firmly into place. Alrighty, and just pop that brace back on, and then we can take our little cover, the tools in the bottom here, pop that back in, pop the little thing, and it's all secured. Alright, hopefully that will do it and the codes won't come back. that'll do it for this time. Thanks for watching.